Now let's talk about the callbacks. Last time when we called model.fit in our code, here model.fit with xtrain and ytrain with epoch of 5, your TensorFlow will go into a loop where it starts training the model. And perhaps you may want to look at how each epoch is working, the accuracy is changing, or you want to save the model depending on the way, whatever that's going on. So if you want to interact with the model during its process of fitting, one thing you can do is use the callbacks. I'm going to show what that mechanism means. So if you were to go here, you get more information of different callbacks. So when you call model.fit with certain parameters, your deep neural networks is going through for epochs. It says training start, right? And then for epoch start, epoch started training, and then it'll do all the processing, epoch ended, and then it'll go through the process until it reaches the end. So if you want to actually interact with them, you can pass in an array of classes that at each of these event points, your TensorFlow will call back those functions with certain parameters that you can use. So let's see that in action. Basically, that will help you to customize your fit process, do additional things. So here is an example that I've used from the same thing from the last MNIST data set. So all the way up to compile. So I'm going to run that. So that's nothing much interesting. Now I have split the window so that I can show you what really happens. So these are all the events that you can train and ask your TensorFlow framework to call you back on training begin, on training end, test begin, test end, predictions, and all that. So what I have done here is an example. Let me move this here. So I have written a callback, my callback one. All it does is on the epoch begin, call me back. All I do is take the callback and print the epoch number, print the keys. Your information will be sent in using logs here, and then epoch end, I will just print the accuracy of the logs. And just to make it a little bit more interesting, I call another callback here where it's callback and I'm processing on training begin. All I do is print my callback 2 with the training keys, and then at the training end I print the keys as well. But as you can imagine, you can do a lot more things during training end or epoch end. If the accuracy is changing, maybe you want to change the learning rate, or you may want to save the model. All the other things you can do. Now I have split the window in VS Code so we can keep this code on the left side and then use the right side of this to see how it works. So here is pre-built callbacks that you can use. We are going to talk about TensorBoard in the next video, but let's just see how this works. So when I call model fit, I will pass in my two classes that I have built. Just make sure that you put in the parentheses instead of just the name of the class, which is the definition or the declaration of the class, as opposed to the definition of the class. So if you put the parentheses, it creates an object and that gets passed over to callback. So let's see how it works. When I do that, so as you can see, my callback 2 was called, and my callback 2 is just saying on training begin, my callback to training keys training starts with keys. On the training end, it created a keys. I'm not doing anything more intelligent than just printing it to show the concept. For each of the epochs, my callback 1 is showing plus plus, epoch began, and the training ended, and I'm printing the accuracy. As you can see, the accuracy is increasing for each epoch. For three epochs, I got the increasing accuracy of the model. Um, it may not be so much interesting, but it just shows you how you can create the callbacks to do a little bit more interesting processing in your training the model.